It was quite bizarre. I guess that Netflix money definitely has dried up for De Niro. But for the fact that the Biden campaign went and put out a press release, said this was going to be a formal campaign event here at the courthouse. They even had printed up a Biden-Harris yard sign that they tried to hide over to the side. They made this a campaign event. This is totally different from the way they've approached it in the months and even in the year prior until now. This is now formally part of their campaign strategy.
And De Niro has been voicing ads for Joe Biden. And then he comes down here and he resorts to name-calling against Trump. He was calling him a clown and that he's from his ivory tower. What did you make of some of his comments? They're pretty degrading.
Two words you didn't hear at all, whether it was from De Niro or the other Democrats: inflation or immigration. You also didn't hear them say anything about Joe Biden's poll numbers. That's because all of those are working against Biden. The fact of the matter is things are in really bad shape for the Democrats. This morning's Politico said Dems in freak out over Joe Biden. They changed their strategy today. This is very notable that they decided to say, we know, everyone knows this is all political, but we're going to actually make it official.
That's the thing that it caught me by surprise is when this gaggle came up and we see Robert De Niro come, they've been talking about how this isn't political, but then they bring their campaign right outside the courthouse. It was unfathomable to me.
And you could see the look on the communications director for the Biden camp who was out there. He didn't want to be doing this. He knew this was a bad idea. He knew this was putting their campaign stamp and all the weaponization of lawfare we've been seeing against President Trump. You also noted that they didn't say anything about the case because even the Democrats can't say this is a real case. Everyone knows President Trump did nothing wrong.
You were with President Trump this morning before he went in there for closing arguments. Give me an idea of what his mindset is right now as this trial comes to a close.
Defiant. He knows he didn't do anything wrong, and now we're in week 6 of this. The prosecutors have never even said that he did anything wrong. This whole thing is a witch hunt. It's been cooked up from the beginning. And as we saw from the Biden campaign coming put their official mark on it today, it's now officially a part of their strategy.
Incredible. And the president, Biden, that is expected to make some comments after there's a conclusion here with a verdict.
Well, it's because they had only been campaigning on Wednesdays when President Trump is out campaigning. Now they're realizing that this period has ended and they actually have to get him back onto the trail. They don't know what to do. But again, here's the point. They can't talk about any of the issues. Those are working against them. Biden can't go do a rally in the Bronx where President Trump got 25,000 people because Biden would have like 8 circles and 2 of them would be empty. That would be a Biden event. They're in real trouble. They know it. They're freaking out. This is so significant for them to make this an official campaign event today, and I think a miscalculation.
Tell me about this FBI raid too. That we're learning more information about it. That they were bringing guns to this raid and potentially even have an interaction with the president, and it could have been violent.
Yeah, and this is really problematic because at Mar-a-Lago you have Secret Service members heavily armed. You have Palm Beach deputy sheriffs heavily armed. And so if you're sending in armed agents into the President of the United States home, that is a recipe for disaster. And the fact that they didn't go out of their way say, do not allow anything crazy to happen, do not allow any deadly force or something like that. This is a very highly sensitive environment. The fact that they didn't remove language such as that just shows that they're I would say that they're being very dangerous in how they're approaching this.
Now, we're also talking about Hunter Biden. His case is going to be going to trial. He's got 2 of them on the go. But we're hearing reports over the weekend that President Biden went and met with Hallie Biden. Is this not witness tampering ahead of these trials? She's supposed to testify in one of them.
I'm not a lawyer, but as a layman, you look and say, isn't this obstruction? You're just now going to go visit in a late night visit just before Where's Hunter is about to go and testify on a gun charge. Again, the world seems to be crashing down on Joe Biden, whether it's inflation, immigration, whether it's Hunter's trial, whether it's the chaos in the Middle East or the crime in the U.S. And their only strategy is to go and keep President Trump in this courtroom.
Incredible. Now, what's next for the Trump campaign? I know we like to keep this stuff under wraps, or he likes to have it come out when the day of. But is New York and New Jersey a possibility, given what's happening in this courtroom? And we see the support not only here at the courthouse with all of his supporters, but also in all these different boroughs that he's going to. Can he make a push and flip this, New York?
Well, in particular, New Jersey were only down by 5 points, where we had the Wildwood rally just a week or so ago with over about 100,000 people. 25,000 people turned out in the Bronx. We're down single digits, but high single digits in New York. Both of them are in play. Also breaking news, just yesterday, Washington State, which a Republican hasn't won in years, President Trump is only down by 8. It's 42-34. In Minnesota, which again, another state Republicans haven't won in years, during a presidential year, we're actually up 2. So the whole terrain is changing.